He said, I wanna rock.
Are we gonna be goofing off like this every day?
We're not goofing off. We're creating musical fusion.
Wow. You're amazing, dude.
Thanks. I like to play.
I'm a small reporter from Rolling Stone magazine that's in town to do an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
It is time for the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltcdown.
Hello, everybody. This is Frank E. You're listening to the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown. And before we get into introducing the musical guest that we have this week, I want to introduce my co-host that's going to be helping me out occasionally here and there. A friend that is near and dear to me, Juan. Juan, say hello to the audience.
Hello, guys. How's it going on?
We're rocking here, but I have a very special group here that has numerous awards under their belt, and we're not going to toot horns, but Audiophilia. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
What's up?
Now, a little bit about Audiophilia and how I got introduced to this band. As you guys know, I go to Shrimpfest whenever I can. And as I went to Shrimpfest this year, my plan was to not watch Audiophilia. Don't take offense, guys.
I don't blame you.
I was sitting down to have something to eat before I went to go and listen to all the other bands that were playing. And, of course, if we're eating at Broadstop, you're sitting in front of the main stage. And you guys opened up with White Wedding. And my initial first opinion, no offense, was, ah, shit, we got a freaking cover band that we're going to have to listen to. And I was like, it's okay, cover bands are okay, but I want to hear, like, original music. That's what I like about local music scene, is original music. And then you guys did some original, but what really caught my attention is hearing a female lead singer cover some frickin' Slipknot. And that just blew my frickin' mind. Not to mention the fact that, one, I see a female lead singer getting on stage, and I like when I see a band with a female front. But not only that, we see a female bass player with a enormously tall blue mohawk, which I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So, first question we got for you guys is, the band name is Audiophilia. Where did you guys come up with the name Audiophilia? Who came up with that name? And what's
we always direct that question to CJ.
So we were talking about what the band name should be, and somehow got off topic and talked about necrophilia. And one thing led to another, and Audiophilia was born.
I don't want to know why you guys were talking about necrophilia. Do the females in the group have a thing for Twilight? I don't know, but Kayla's like, no. You can't see her, guys, but she's shaking her head like, hell no. No way. Oh, man. So you guys have had, as we stated, you guys have numerous awards that you guys have accomplished. Juan has some of that stuff written down because I was busy just re-listening to other music and such that you guys had, just to refresh my memory before I go into the interview. So, Juan, we're going to let you field this area of questioning with what's going on here.
Yeah. So, when I was going through the listings, there's a lot of them here, especially for 2014. Is let me pull it. Battle of the Band is first place at Battle Bands at St. Thomas. St. Thomas. You guys took first place there, and first place at Chocolate Fest. And then there was another one as Bands Battle Cancers.
Bands Battling Cancer, yeah.
Bands Battling Cancer, yeah. There's a lot of them for 2014 there. The more recent one is actually at St. Thomas Battles, first place again. At Green Lake Battles, first place there, newer ones. And again at Battering Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Several at a lot of them at the same places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we tend to try to enter the same competitions again and again. I mean, all of the contestants are usually amazing, so it's always a challenge for us. But as we get older, there's a lot less like adult competitions, so a lot of them we're not even allowed to enter anymore.
So you guys are pretty young though, right?
Yeah, what is it, 18, 19, 20?
Oldest is 20 now.
Oh, wow. And you guys have been around since 2014?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so how old were you guys when the band first got together?
It's like 16-ish, 17.
Okay. Let's see, then I was probably like 15, right?
Yeah, that high school age.
Yeah.
Two of us weren't even here.
It's true.
Yeah, we,
two of them were still floating in Daddy's nutsack. Anyway. No, I'm not saying that. So, I'm not saying that's what happened, and not saying you guys are that young, but you guys are really young. So, with being as young as you are and grasping, the awards that you guys are winning, do you guys just keep playing the same shows that are Battle of Bands because you're like, well, this is easy peasy, we won it last year? Or is it just because that's the area that you're from?
Well, definitely the area, counts a lot. We don't have that many opportunities in this area, which is unfortunate. So we try to take everything we possibly can.
And for the most part, like, all the bands that are in them are, like, the same bands from pretty much every year, usually.
Okay. And some.
So I made some friends over the years, and it's kind of fun to get together. And then there's several other really good bands that we've competed with. So, I mean, that's one of the things that definitely keeps us coming back, is the bands we get to do it.
It's definitely a competition, but, like, I don't know, we've never had a bad experience as far as, bands, like, hating each other or whatever. Like, I've heard stories about that, about, like, especially at Battle of the Bands, or some people just say that, like, bands will end up, like, disliking one another or whatever, but we've only made friends.
Okay, I don't know who that was, but you got cut off there. You were saying you only made what?
We only made friends with anybody.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good. That's good because I know from my experience with the local music scene, at least in the Midwest, but I have spoke with other bands with this podcast. Unfortunately, they haven't been on yet, but with the Midwest, it's bands reach out to other bands being like, hey, we got a spot open. Do you guys want to play on this bill? Do you guys get that a lot for yourselves as well? Or do you feel like they go, oh, these guys are young and kind of like frown upon you because of that?
No, I mean, most of our shows either we're asked to jump on or we are headlining and we ask other people to jump on. That's just kind of the way it goes.
Okay.
Well, and there's one of the places that we can't play just because it's 21 plus.
Yeah, that's a down.
Now, Kayla, you were about ready to say something, and you got cut off there.
Yeah, never mind. It's okay.
Kayla is a woman of many words. She'll ramble on for days. I can tell this already. So I know when I came to see you guys at Shrimp Fest, you guys had a huge group of people there. Now, was that just like family, or was that just the crowd as well? Is that the following that you guys had?
Both. I mean, we always invite our family, who are our biggest supporters, of course. And a lot of them came out, but then we also played to an audience of a lot of people we didn't recognize as well.
Yeah, I was the crippled guy eating food. Don't mind me.
Sorry, I'm not trying to do that, but
it's all good. So the first song that we're gonna play off your EP is "Teach Me." Now, you guys, the EP is really good. It's only 4 tracks, but dude, seriously, they're really young, okay? So give them a break. They'll have a full length coming out soon, right?
Yeah,
that's the plan, guys. So tell us a little bit about Teach Me. How did you guys come up with it? How is the writing process for this song, and who took care of most of the lyrics and the songwriting for it?
Well, I always write the lyrics and the melody for the vocals, but for Teach Me, it was mainly CJ just writing the instrumental part. It was a funny story. All the songs on the EP were rushed because we were offered a show at the Rave in Milwaukee. So
Nice.
we wanted to play there, but unfortunately we had to be mainly original versus covers. So we had to write some originals for that show.
Mm-hmm. So what's the meaning behind the song for the most part? Or was that just like, oh, let's just write something real fast?
Actually, I think Teach Me was like an old poem that I wrote like freshman year that I just found in a notebook, and I was like, all right, well, I just gotta put it onto a song or something because we're running out of time.
So off the EP Slapdash, which I don't know where it's available because I got it at the Shrimp Fest. Is that available on like iTunes, Amazon? Like, where can people get it?
Anywhere. Pretty
All
much.
of the above, or just come to your shows and pick one up.
On Spotify too.
It's on Spotify.
Off of our website, audiophiliaband.com. So
Nice.
much anywhere.
All right, guys. So this is Audiophilia's song, "Teach Me."
Is it
that was Teach Me. And it's a great song. And like Kayla said, you can find it on Spotify. It's on Amazon. It's on iTunes. Or just catch them at a show, and I'm pretty sure they'll still have some available for you. You guys got a lot of copies still?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then you guys have to sign mine. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I like having my stuff signed because then I can be like, ha, look what I got. So, I know my only experience with you guys is at Shrimp Fest, but I just want to really kind of hit home what to my listeners what I experienced there. And this is all at CJ, and I apologize, CJ. I see this young kid that I swear to God, he looked like he wasn't even old enough to drive. And with this excessively long hair. And I'm thinking to myself, just like another guy that I had on the podcast, Smith, he's the drummer from Fatal Havoc. I'm thinking to myself, how the hell can he see while he's drumming? Like, my God. That hair is just all up in his face.
All muscle memory. You just got to remember where everything is.
I think the snare drum is over here. Oh, that was a cymbal. Shit.
He just plays by ear.
I play by ear. That's a hi-hat. Damn. And now, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. We're going to go to Kayla.
Yeah.
And the Mohawk. I'm not knocking it. I'm loving it, and I'm feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling it, like especially on the album artwork. Everything is black and white except for the Mohawk. It's like, you know, the old movie Schindler's List with the little girl with the red dress, and everything else is black and white.
It's a really sad movie.
Oh, I know it's a sad movie, but I'm just referring to it being black and white. But oh, look, there's a red dress.
Yep.
We got a black and white album cover with a blue Mohawk. And I'm like, wow, it stands out. So, like, is it something you just said, I don't give a rat's ass, I want to stand out?
Let's see, I don't know. Let's see, I've had my hair cut like this for a few years. And I don't know, I just kind of liked it. I've been dyeing my hair blue for a long time. And then I just decided I wanted to shave it off. And the Mohawk was born. And there you have it. So
there you have it.
Right now, I don't have it up, so this is like...
Yeah, I can see. It's looking really kind of like, well, I just crawled out of bed.
Yeah.
Yep. That's that bedhead right there. I know that well.
That's the bedhead. Which, bedhead, for those of you that don't know, that don't go to salons to get your hair done, there is salon products called bedhead. And that was a shameless plug. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Now, you guys have been around since 2014-ish. How did the band, like, how did you guys get together? Were you guys, like, all in high school together and just said, dude, let's form a band? Or was Lindsay just sitting here like, I really want to have a band? Let me call let me call CJ, because I'm friends with CJ, and CJ plays drums, and then CJ called Kayla, and then so on and so forth, or like, how did it happen?
Actually, that's kind of how it
went. Most legendary bands join like that, I heard.
Oh, good. See, Juan says you guys are legendary.
You're going to be one day, probably.
I mean, as many Battle of the Band victories as you got, you never know. I mean, just saying. So
they already got some on the belt.
You already got some titles on. Where's the trophies at, huh? Do you guys get trophies for that?
Some of them.
You got the trophy case already working for in your pad? Be like, this is our trophy case.
Well, we used to rehearse in Kayla's basement where they were, but now we rehearse in a rehearsal space. So no trophies here.
No trophies here.
I know for a fact there's 2 sitting at my mom's house. So.
CJ kept all the trophies. He's got them at his place. So when the ladies come over, be like, "Yep, I'm in Battle of the Bands. I just got a few trophies. How you doing? How you doing? And then like he's he made it into a necklace, so he carries it around like bling. And like, look at my bling. What's that say? First place. What's up? How you doing? So now I know that at Shrimp Fest, Lindsay, you made a statement that Mike had just joined the band, correct?
Yeah, that was our second show with him.
Yeah, that was the second show, but with it being you, Chase, CJ, and Kayla, was that like the core group for a while?
Well, Chase didn't join until 2000,
like a year after,
15-ish. Originally, we had a different guitar player named AJ, and we actually did win a lot of those battles with him. But we ended up going our separate ways. We're still friends, but we added Chase as our new guitar player. And then recently, like this year, we added Michael because he was like, "I want to join your band." We were like, "Okay, you're good. You can join the band."
Michael's so modest.
He was a groupie at first.
I'm sorry, what?
Was he a groupie at first?
Well, he was in another band that we played with all the time. So we met that way. We actually met at a Battle of the Bands.
Oh my.
Yeah. But you're a good fit. I like it.
It's fun.
It's fun. And you know what? Like in the intro to the podcast where we have the Wayne's World segment, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you're amazing. I like to play." That's how Mike sounds. I like to play. I like to play. Which I don't know if you guys have heard the intro yet, but the intro, I edited that myself. I'm very proud of it. I'm telling you, guys, you're going to love that cowbell. You need to have someone do cowbell in one of your songs. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Actually, this song, you just haven't heard it yet.
Oh, man, here we go. We're gonna have some cowbell. Juan, you're gonna do cowbell for him in a video.
All right.
And you're gonna be
I'll
like
in the background.
You're gonna be like the keep 'em separated guy for Offspring, just with the cowbell.
Oh yeah.
You got to keep that cowbell going. All right, there's a line. I don't want to take credit for it, but I just gave you a line for a future song. So, I mean, for me, like I keep referring over and over and over again, my only exposure to you guys at first was Shrimpfest, which is why I love Shrimpfest. It really kind of puts the local music scene out there as much as possible. But how do you guys feel social media really affects the local music scene? Do you feel like it hinders or does it help you guys?
I'm sorry. Well, I didn't hear the last part of the question. Someone walked in.
Okay. As far as the social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that, do you feel that it hinders the local music scene, or do you feel like it really helps the local music scene?
No, I think it helps a lot because it's pretty much free exposure to as many people as you could possibly reach out to.
Now, do you guys? I know you guys have a Facebook. Now, do you guys have any other forms of social media that people can reach out to you guys on? Or?
Yeah, pretty much all of them. There's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube.
They have a Snapchat.
Yeah.
I can just picture Kayla right now with the mohawk and having the little dog ears with the dog nose going ruff, ruff, ruff. Be like, dude, that is one freaky freaking dog.
Even one Snapchat before the filters, really.
Dude, that's the only good thing about Snapchat now is all them filters.
That's true.
Right?
I honestly, the only time I go on Snapchat, because I don't snap and I don't chat, because that's what texting is for. But I go on just to see the stories and all the filters that people do. And I just go, oh God, what the hell? social media and some of the things that happen, just like the "Catch Me Outside, bro." How about that? Anyway, the things that people get famous for, I'm telling you. So now, you guys have done so many Battle of the Bands, but what has probably been one of your most favorite venues that you have played at since you guys have been together?
We've played at Summerfest before. That's been awesome. We also played on Milwaukee stop of Warped Tour.
Okay.
I was just gonna say both of those actually.
Those are probably the bigger places we played at least.
I mean, the Brat Stop is one of my favorites we've played at actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun place, and the load-in and everything is super easy, and the events that we played there just seem really well put together and have been successful each time. So
have you guys only played on the main stage at the Brat Stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just first time we ever played there, put on the main stage.
No.
Nice.
Look, now, as far as I'm aware, because I know a lot of bands that have played Shrimp Fest, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's whatever stage you want to play on, you have to buy X amount of tickets, correct?
Not necessarily. I mean, we just sold all of our tickets online, but you can buy tickets to sell to people. We just didn't go that route.
Okay. I'm just making random conversation. Anyway, so we're gonna put Mike on the spot now. What's up, Mike?
What's up, man?
So, how many shows have you got under your belt with the group now?
Oh, geez, I think it's 3 now. We played the Broad Stop, the Locker Room in Madison, and then there was one in Eau Claire we played, and that was my first one with them.
So, really just the 3 shows? That's it?
Yeah, as of right now, but many more
to come.
Yeah.
So, of the 3, what would you say is probably your favorite one that you've played so far?
Definitely the Broad Stop. That was a blast. Being on the main stage was awesome, so can't complain at all.
Yeah. The sound there is fantastic, too.
Right.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Great.
Yes, it does.
You got to think of some of the big bands that have actually walked across that stage and played on that stage. 10 Years has played there. Seasons After, Royal Bliss. I mean, you were probably standing somewhere that Royal Bliss was standing. Hashtag just saying. Anyway.
We're actually entered in a battle of the bands to open for Royal Bliss. So funny that you
Yes, I was going to get to that. Because, as you guys know, I pre-record everything, so this show is going to air the day of the Battle of the Bands for Chocolate Fest, which is where you guys are going to be later today. Even though it's not actually today, but we'll just pretend that it is. So, just pretend that you're in your DeLorean and it's actually Friday the 26th, okay? So, Battle of the Bands in Chocolate Fest, which Chocolate Fest is a lot of fun. Have you guys, just been there before you guys were in a band? Like, when you were, walking around in your high school attire,
I think I went there, twice as a kid, but I didn't remember much of it.
The
I'd
first
never been
time...
there for the band, so...
What was that, Kayla?
I said I had never been to Chocolate Fest before participating in the battle. So
okay. Juan, have you ever been to Chocolate Fest before?
No, I haven't.
Well, Juan, this might be an experience where we're going this year to go and see Audiophilia.
Oh, snap.
Because I have the hookup where I can get free tickets. Anyway, I didn't say that out loud. But, moving on, Chocolate Fest is, it's in Burlington, and Burlington is home of Hershey's. So guess what we're going to call our festival? Chocolate Fest. How original is that? It probably took them a few weeks to come up with that one. I mean, we are in Wisconsin. I mean, we got, we name our stuff off of really ironic, or I don't want to say moronic ideas. Like, our baseball team is the Milwaukee Brewers. Why? Because they brew beer in Milwaukee. And it's the Green Bay Packers. Why? Because they had a meat packing plant. I'm not saying that people in Wisconsin are stupid, but I'm just saying. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm just saying. As you can tell, I'm from Wisconsin, and I do not like anything about the state. It's cold all the time. Someone pisses in Mother Nature's Cheerios daily. You know, it's like, oh, it's 70 degrees. Tomorrow it's 30 and snowing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for the most part, you guys are saying Bratstop or Summerfest is probably your favorite venue or show.
I would say so.
Yeah, at least the most memorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the next song that we're going to play, which is Juan's favorite song, which is Only Hope. So, Juan, why don't you ask the question? We're going to get Juan involved more in this show.
Yeah. So what guys made you guys make this song here? What was the inspiration of it?
I can't even quite recall. Pressure to write a song.
Yeah.
But if you're talking more like lyrics wise, I mean, it's self-explanatory pretty much.
All right.
See what happened was, you know, like, Juan, when you go into the bathroom and you're sitting on the bathroom and people write stuff on the walls, and there's that one clever guy that says, "Here I sit, broken-hearted, came to shit but only farted." That's kind of what happened. Not saying that this is a bathroom stall lyrics, but they were pressured to write it quickly, and boom, there we go. I'm not talking bad about the song. So, guys, it's an awesome song. It's on their first EP, which I always mess it up. I always want to say Slap Dance, and I don't know why. But it's Slapdash. So, Only Hope. Spinning it.
Why can't you stay away from
And that was Only Hope here.
That was Only Hope here on the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown with Audiophilia. Not to be confused with necrophilia, according to CJ. You don't want to. It's not necrophilia. It's audiophilia. It's a whole different philia. Just saying.
I think pedophilia was also in that conversation.
What's that? What was that, Lindsay?
I said, I think pedophilia was also in that conversation, just so you know.
Oh, dear Lord. Man, I gotta come to your guys' band practices, because I'll probably just have a field day. And like, wait a minute here. We could do like a live podcast of just your band practice and hearing you guys talking about necrophilia, pedophilia, salt and pepper, vinegar, ice water, you know, the Gulf crisis, the oil spill disaster, you know, these kinds of topics that everybody talks about.
All of those together.
All of them together, and you get audiophilia. All right. So we talked about favorite venues. We talked about, different shows that you guys have done. What is probably your most memorable moment while playing on stage?
Oh, jeez.
Um,
One thing that I remember a lot was, I think it was like the last Battle of the Bands we did, the Bitter Jester Battle of the Bands in Illinois, and it was an extremely tough competition. I'm so surprised we placed second. Like, I didn't even think we were going to make it to the finals. Mm-hmm. But basically the end, it was up against us and like one other band, and we'd both play sets, and then at the end they had like a sound meter device where like the audience like screams, and then, you know, whoever had the loudest audience won. Mm-hmm. But I think we lost by like point something decibels. 0.4. Like, it was like a sound of like leaves rustling in the wind. Like, that's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the audience was just like insane. And it was like that just energy of like, who's going to win? Like, no one honestly knows.
Okay. Yeah, during the last set, it was just like a crowd of people straight up to the front of the stage. And when it's like that, it's really fun because you can really interact with the audience mm-hmm. and make them a part of your performance. So anytime we get to do that, that's just the best.
Yeah. So, you know, going off of what Kayla said, would you say that, because I know you guys had said Bronstop was a favorite venue in Summerfest, which are typically larger stages. Would you say that you guys prefer doing like the larger stage sets, or like the small hole-in-the-wall type bars where you're like, there is no stage and it's you playing and right in front of you is the audience?
Well, we've done plenty of both, but typically with the larger stages, there's like better sound, and that's always a plus.
I like having the room to move around because, like, mm-hmm. I move a lot. I can't, like, one thing that I don't like seeing a good band who doesn't have like good stage presence. Mm-hmm. And so like I try to move around as much as I can, and I hate like tripping on stuff, like, you know, mm-hmm. just you know, kicking stuff that I can't really like see. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's, if I had to pick memorable moments, that's what I remember the most, is like almost falling sometimes.
He was doing a stage dive.
Yeah. But on the bigger stages too, like, we really get to interact with each other, and that's a lot of fun. So, and then when you're in like a small bar setting with no stage, and if you can't move, you obviously can't interact with each other on the stage. So the more interaction, the better. And usually that's a lot easier the bigger the stage is. So
you would say interacting with the band is... I don't want to be putting words in your mouth, but would you say interacting with the, you know, your other bandmates is makes for a better show than interacting with the crowd more? I mean, I'm not that's a question. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, not necessarily. I think doing both of those things is like what makes a show really awesome.
So if you had like a large stage, but the audience was right in front of you where there wasn't actually a stage, kind of like an outdoor thing where there was no stage and like the audience was kind of just around you in a circle, that'd probably be a good... Dude, Juan, write that down. That's an idea for a concert. Boom!
Concert. Or a music video.
Or yes.
Oh,
well, actually,
right
Papa
there.
Roach kind of did that, I think, already.
Oh.
I think they did. I'm not 100%. I got to go back and watch that video. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Oh, man.
My age is showing right now. I'm thinking, like, to me, that song came out like it. To me, it feels like it came out a few years ago. Like, but I go back. I'm like, wait a minute, that sucker came out in like 2001, 2000.
What song is it?
Last Resort, the video.
Oh,
because they're
song,
kind of
yeah.
like, aren't they kind of like on an uprise circle platform, and the crowd is just kind of like around them?
I don't know that I've seen the music
I
video.
have not seen the music video.
But
know the
I
song.
definitely know the song. It's probably to me, the most well-known one.
So, now, me personally, I've never been to a Battle of the Bands. Juan, have you been to a Battle of the Bands ever?
No, I don't believe so.
No, okay, neither one of us have been to a Battle Band. So guess what? We're now doing a segment called Teach Us How Battle of the Bands Works on the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown with your hosts, Audiophilia, and Frankie and Juan. Anyway, so how does Battle of the Bands work? I mean, is it kind of like School of Rock, where all the bands play and then the people vote? Or is it kind of like a March Madness bracket where everyone just gets eliminated as such?
They're all different. I mean,
it could go either way.
yeah, I mean, we've had Battle of the Bands where there's just a panel of judges and they pick a winner. We've had Battle of the Bands where there's rounds that you have to go through until you get into the finals, and then a winner is either picked by the audience or judges.
Some kind of combination of both.
Yeah, we've actually had a battle where it was like half judges, like half audience pick.
It's really complicated sometimes.
I think the audience should pick, screw the judges, because, for those of you that haven't seen the movie School of Rock, my first question is, what's wrong with you? And my second question is, you should be going and watching it right now. But first, finish listening to the podcast. Anyway, the audience was clearly rooting for Jack Black's band, and they had his old band win because of that's what the judges were voting for. And in my own opinion, just like we're getting into the segment of where I'm coming up to, which a lot of people, which I never tell bands when I'm doing this. Although if you keep listening to the podcast, you would know this question was coming. Anyway, everybody knows I'm into wrestling. Everybody does. So the question is, if a wrestler came to you and said, you know what, guys, Audiophilia, I want to use one of your songs for an entrance song, what song would you hand them?
Trapped, probably.
Only Hope, for sure.
Trapped and Only Hope.
No,
not only hope. Not
Okay.
only hope.
I thought I heard Only Hope for sure.
Yeah, I thought I heard that too. I got excited for a second.
Yeah.
Juan got excited. He filled the cup. Anyway, but like with, I don't know if you guys watch wrestling. I'm a nerd, okay? I play video games and I like wrestling. But just like with Battle of the Bands, I think the audience should be voting, because the audience is what is going to be purchasing the music, not the judges, because the judges is a panel of 3 or 4 old farts that don't know shit. Just like in wrestling. What's that?
Sorry to interrupt, but there's pros and cons to both, because when it does come to an audience deciding, it's basically a popularity contest of how many of your fans can you bring.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that as well. But if you, like, say for example, you guys are from like the Burlington area, correct?
Yeah, like Geneva area.
So, but if you guys did let's say you guys did a Battle of the Bands in Chicago, and well, you guys pretty much already did one in Illinois, but there was only bands that were not from the area coming. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they voted. Yeah. That to me would have more meaning than having, judges vote.
Right.
Yeah, which is why they should have, like you said before, there should be a mixture. There should be a happy balance between the two, and you shouldn't just, when it comes to the judges, I think that 9 times out of 10, they don't listen to what the fans are rooting for, and they kind of go off their own instinct, which I think is kind of bad. But that's just my own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own incorrect opinion. Mine's right, yours is wrong.
Well, they're both good and bad for different reasons. Yeah. So I don't really have a favorite.
Calgary Fest kind of cuts it in half too. Like they award, I think, fan favorite a certain amount of money, and then the other band who ultimately wins the contest gets another sum of the money. But they split that between the contest winner and then the most amount of fans winner. So they kind of do it that way, which is cool.
So now you guys got the show that's coming up tonight. Now, what time are you guys slated to go on?
7:50, or is it 6?
I think it's 6:45 to 7:15.
6:45.
6:45, 7, 8. It's one of those 4 or 5.
I think we're
support all bands though.
Well, yeah. You guys got to just come and support the local music in general. # support local music. Just come for the whole day. I mean, and even if you're there for Royal Bliss, just come for the whole day. I think, if I remember correctly, there's another big local band that's going to be opening on that stage too. The Day Rollers are going to be opening that day too, which I don't know if you guys have played with them or not, but they're a big local band from the Kenosha Racine area that will be on that same stage. So now, if you win Battle of Bands, you're actually going to be opening up for Royal Bliss?
Not at Chocolate Fest, but there's a separate battle for that, yes.
Okay. Nice. I love Royal Bliss. I got to meet them, and it was really awesome. Juan remembers that day. I was giddy.
I actually saw him recently, too.
Yes, you were at the Penny Road. That was a good show.
Yep.
Juan had a very interesting question for you. You guys. So I'm going to yield the microphone to Juan. Now, Juan, everybody, is a co-host in training. I've worked with him briefly. So don't be brutal on him, guys. He's trying, okay? Give him some slack. So, Juan, take it away.
Yeah. All right. If a band comes to you and they ask you to go on tour with them, alive, dead, or broken up, what band would it be to go on tour?
I think we would all kind of have different preferences on that question. Although we do like pretty much all the same bands.
Why don't you each field the question? Let everybody talk.
Yes.
I would say Pantera.
What's that?
Pantera for sure.
Mike says Pantera. Good choice.
Chase agrees. That would be awesome. I mean, I'd be down to open for pretty much any band.
Right.
But if I had to pick a band
to go on tour with,
dead or alive.
Dead, alive, or broken up.
I'd probably just have to flip right to Nirvana because I feel like that would just be awesome.
Who wouldn't want to open for the Beatles?
That too.
Yeah.
Boot off
There's
the stage.
no way I could just pick one.
We make history.
What was the last thing you said there?
Kayla said?
Oh, I said there's no way I could just pick one.
Okay, then pick two. Pick two.
Pick two.
Yeah. What now, Kayla?
Yeah, right.
I can't even choose two. I want like 3 or 4. This isn't Lollapalooza. Okay, it's not Woodstock. It's not Audiophilia Fest, although it could be. You never know.
Open up.
Yep.
So, I mean, you dropped a name for me, Lindsay, when you dropped Nirvana. Oh, gosh, man, Kurt Cobain is so talented, and I'm still on the side that he did not commit suicide. He was murdered, but that's just my opinion on the situation. Speaking of, we there was a time. Now, if you guys get a chance to do this, Broadstop does Friday Ween, which is right before Halloween, and they have bands playing, and just like Shrimpfest, they also have a costume contest, and there was a guy and a girl going as Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, and the guy that was Kurt Cobain had, kind of like the exit wound on the back of his head. And Courtney Love was wearing a backpack, and on the backpack was the muzzle, or not the muzzle, but like the butt of the shotgun, and it had a little sign on it that said, "I did it." And I was like, that is priceless. I love it. I love it. Anyway.
Is that the one in October? Like last October?
Well, that costume was a few years ago, but yeah, they do that every October. I think
that was the first time we played at the Brat Stop. Was last year's.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't think I made the main stage last year. Juan and I were both there because three of my friends were playing Friday Ween, and they were all three on the same stage, and that was in the beer garden. It was the First Rule, Saint Tragedy, and Three Left, all playing on the same stage.
We've played with Three Left before.
Oh, I'm really close with those guys. Those guys are awesome. They're going to be on a future show.
Yep.
So, and I can't wait for their new CD to come out, which I got a little spoil samplers from my guy Chadwick, and let me just say, guys, this CD blows me away just from the samples that I got. But this isn't Three Left we're talking to. This is Audiophilia. So let's get back to Audiophilia. We have the next song off of Slapdash, which is Nowhere to Go. So, now, I know you guys said that you kind of like rushed this CD together quick. But how did this song come about? Was this just like one of those really fast ones that you guys put together? Or was there some meaning behind this one as well?
Well, again, it was rushed, but I feel like this is the song that we took the most time on writing and trying to come up with more, like, a little bit more intricate parts too. And we wrote this song not with Chase. We didn't write any of them with Chase, actually. It was with our other guitar player, AJ.
Poor Chase.
The only thing that I wrote were the solos.
Chase, it's okay. I still love you, man. Bros before hoes.
Even though you're over there hiding.
Yeah, we can't really see Chase. We see Lindsay, we see Mike, and we see Kayla. We don't see. Now we. What's up? How you doing? You from out of town? How you doing? All right. So now we see Chase, and Chase actually popped his head in our screen when we first started. And we can hear CJ in the background, and Mike just kind of sits there, and Mike does the stone cold look like, yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. I work out. Anyway, so we got this next song, Nowhere to Go, off of Slapdash, which, as they said, you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. You guys are on Reverb Nation, I know, but is that song in particular on there as well?
I'm actually not sure about that one because we don't have a premium subscription to Reverb Nation.
Yeah, everything costs money. My God, why can't stuff just be free? So, all right, guys, this is Nowhere to Go. Nowhere to Go, Nowhere to Go. That song is awesome. You can get it on their debut EP, Slapdash, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Amazon. If you ask me nicely, you can come over to my house and listen to it with me. But, that might be kind of creepy. If I start getting emails from people saying, hey, can I come over and listen to Audiophilia? I'd be like, dude, as long as you're not into necrophilia or pedophilia, I think we can make something work. All right. So now we've talked about, social media. We've talked about venues. We've talked about Nirvana coming back to life and joining the stage with you guys. But what makes Audiophilia besides the music? Like what are you guys into besides music?
I think that's a big part of all of our lives, but
yeah.
I pretty much only have the band and teaching.
Oh, you teach?
I don't really do much else. That sounds kind of lame, but
yeah, she sits at.
You just put their soul into the band.
The band is my life. I have no friends. My friends are the band. You heard it there. That's Kayla. We feel bad for Kayla. You know what, guys? If you are looking for something fun to do, bring Kayla with you. She needs to get out there and experience life more. Okay, guys?
She's stuck in school.
Oh, where are you at school, Kayla?
I'm in college for music, so...
Jesus, here we go.
That's a big part of my life, and then going to school for music, which is the other part. So all the time.
So what do what kind of music do you play in school?
Well, I'm in orchestra, and I also am in a jazz ensemble. So
nice. Triple threat.
At school.
Let me just say this, and I'm not dissing this kind of music, okay? I am going to school right now. I'm at UW Parkside. Go Rangers. Oh, cool. But last semester, not the semester that I just got done with my finals on Tuesday, or Wednesday. Gosh, everything's running together now. But last semester, I had to take what was known as an intro to music appreciation. And I'm like, dude, this is going to be fun because I'm going for business and marketing, and I want to open up my own recording studio and start my own record label and just do music promotion, and that's what I want to do. Cool. Anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be awesome, because when I read the description for the course, it said analyze music and show appreciation for all forms of music. And I'm like, great. As we're in the class, we studied nothing previous to nothing beyond 1920. And I'm sitting there falling asleep going, what did I get myself into? I could not believe what my academic advisor talked me into. And it was half of what we were learning was different scales and I want to say ionic pentameter or whatever it was, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I said to the professor, I was just like, I don't play any musical instruments at all. I sing, but I don't.
We're talking about cowbell.
Oh yeah, I play the cowbell. I play cowbell, and I play my tambourine. But that's besides the point. And he was just like, well, this is to show appreciation. I'm like, my appreciation is, can we forget about it and move on? But a really funny story. Do you know in the hall, is it in the hall or in the house of the Mountain King? You know that one?
Is that It's in the Hall of the Mountain King.
Something like that. It's like like that.
Sabotage did a cover of that. That was really cool.
So, I was working with a buddy of mine, and he wanted to make a dubstep remix to that and just sample music. So when it starts to get really heavy and you get the drum part going dun 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 dun, dun, he sampled from Metallica Creeping Death, where the chant starts going and they're going die, die, die. He sampled that and looped it from there going on. And I told him that, hey, I worked this out with a friend, and he asked me to bring it in and play it, and we played it, and he sat there and said, "You have just disgraced classical music." I'm like, dude, I just made it better. But that's my experience with classical music. I try not to knock any form of music, because everybody has a right to their own opinion, whether it's incorrect or not. Mine's usually the correct one. But every musician has a right to have their voice heard, whether it's country, whether it's classical, whether you're playing the recorder that you still learned from when you were in 3rd grade. I don't know what it is you're doing, but you have a right to get your voice heard, which is why we started the podcast of the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown. Because I don't know how many times I've been to shows and been like, why is this place not packed? These bands should be selling out, and it just hasn't happened, and I don't see it, and it's upsetting to me, because, you know, unlike you guys, because you guys are really young, you know, Kayla's going to school, and we got a teacher, I don't know what the rest of you guys do, I'm sorry. We got a teacher and a student. What's everybody else do?
I just work full-time at a grocery store.
He bags groceries at Festival Foods and Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
I deliver pizzas. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you guys are young, where if you really wanted to, you could stay at home living with mom and dad while you guys got the band off and, you know, rock star status. Where there's bands that don't have that luxury, where they're sitting there working 2, sometimes, like I have a friend that has 3 jobs, plus he's in the band, plus he does all the booking for the band, and I will go to their shows. Now, they're very talented, and I'll go to their shows and be like, dude, why are you guys not packed? Like, this place should be jam-packed. But there's guys that are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs, or even, you know, 1, 2, 3 jobs, plus they're doing the band. And when they're doing the band, it's like sometimes they'll walk away with maybe $20 from a show, and that's just sad. Well. Or sometimes even be in the negative for playing a show, and that's just sad. That's just really sad.
That's never okay.
What's that?
I said that's never okay.
No, it's not. Which is why we do #support local music. Boom. All right, so. The last song that we're going to play, which, dude, this is my jam, which is why you know how they say you save the best for last? In my opinion, this is the best song on the EP. This is Trapped. Dude, this song is down and dirty and just, oh my gosh, I just want to, like, just start moshing and headbanging and just, like, going, dude, let's party and rock and roll. And I remember you guys playing this song live. At Shrimp Fest. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, close with it or something. Or
yeah.
So, and, you know, we had, you know, Mohawk Girl. We had Marilyn Manson dress. I remember that. That stood out to. Did you make that yourself? Or was that something you bought?
No, I bought it from another person who made it.
Oh, they made it for you?
Not necessarily for me, but it was an Etsy account or something.
Which is that like your normal on-stage attire?
Yeah, I mean, I like wearing stuff like that. That's probably I actually wore that just to my prom. So
nice.
I mean,
Reusing.
Yeah.
You always have to reuse and recycle and repair. Anyway. So, Trapped is the last song that we're going to play. So why don't you guys tell a little bit about this wonderful masterpiece?
Well, as you said, it is the shittiest song on the record.
I didn't say shittiest song. Who let that guy speak?
No, it's obviously the most high energy one, and it's very simple. There's really not much to it. But and again, I mean, I didn't write it, but there was the time crunch. But simplicity is better in a lot of cases. So I think for this song, it worked out, and it's benefited.
Oh yeah,
favorite to play too.
What's
as a
that?
band. I said as a band, that's probably our favorite song by us to play live.
Okay. Now, how many original songs do you guys have? You have these 4. Is there anything else?
We've been working on more originals, but nothing completed at this time.
Nothing
Yeah,
completed?
we have like bits and pieces to a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you guys do a lot of cover songs, and like we said, my favorite was the Slipknot. Booyah! They also covered Metallica, but what's some of your... What would you say is your most favorite song to cover?
Hangar 18.
Yeah, it's for me. It's either Hangar 18 or we do Holy Wars like right into Battery, and that's always a really fun one for me to play.
Now, when I saw you guys playing Battery and just watching CJ on the drums, I was blown away by this barely able to drive a car young man pounding away. Juan, you should have been there for the show. But this dude went crazy at parts of the show when he was doing the drum solo during, Battery. I was like, is that poor boy having a seizure? Someone call 911. But dude, Juan, when we go and see them later today, because we pre-record everybody, wink wink. So when we go and see them later on, you'll see what I'm talking about. This boy
I need to get my good camera.
You're going to bring your camera. Well, that's why they have phones now with cameras and everything built in. Pretty soon your phone will be able to take your temperature. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. You never know. I could see it happening. I mean, it could probably even come with your phone will be like a Swiss Army knife almost. It's like, what do you want it to do? So that's about all we have for Audiophilia. And I swear, Juan, I was talking about this with somebody else. I'm going to see what it takes to get the sound bites from the live studio audience stuff where people are like, ha 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 ha, or people clapping, or when they go, oh. So when I say, that's all the time we have for Audiophilia, I can play it and be like, oh, everyone be sad, because we don't want to let them go, but we can't let the podcast run on for 28 hours. As much fun as I would have talking to these guys forever. But I want to thank you guys so much for giving us the time today.
Yes.
It was opening. I didn't know you guys were that young. And that's just impressive. Like, anybody can do whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it. And these guys just proved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. CJ, don't ever cut your hair.
I won't.
Don't ever cut your hair, because if you cut your hair and you start to look like one of the Jonas Brothers or Hanson, I might freak out. But
no, it'll be down to his ass.
Well, then we might confuse him for Emma Stone then or something. I don't know. You never know. Anyway, guys, this is the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown. We're saying deuces. Thank you guys. Again, Audiophilia. Maybe we can get you guys on here another time. I'd really like that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. This is Trapped.